welcome back to my channel. I'm here today in my comfy yellow sweater. I wanted to talk about the pros and cons of a double loft. I've got a double loft layout in my house. It's where I've got two lofts. My main loft is unusually huge. Like, when I was building it, I really didn't realize how massive it was going to be. And it's 11 feet 8 inches. I just measured it. Long, and then 8.5 feet wide. I don't know why I said it like that. And so it's massive. And then I've got a second loft that can fit a full bed, and it's a little over 5 feet. And I got two lofts originally because I didn't know how much stuff I would be able to like downsize, and so I wanted to have the extra storage space. And then I've got a lot of sisters, well, I got three sisters, and family and friends, and I thought that I'd have more people spending the night, and if I did, I wanted to have space for them. None of that ever happened, but now I've got it. And then like eventually I wanted to have kids in the tiny house. Like, I thought about it, but I didn't actually think much about it, so a room. That's why I got a double loft. And so some of the pros of the double loft, like I just said, extra space. I've got a whole second loft full of like empty space that I can fill. I've got some things up there, but I try to keep it like not full because I plan to put a full, like I want to put a full bed up there in case anybody wants to spend the night. And I really just don't like having stuff. And that's just kind of how I've evolved on my tiny house journey. In the beginning, I thought that I would try to maximize as much storage as possible, and now I'm just like trying to not have any crap in my home. And plus, like I said, my main loft is 11 feet and 8 inches. I have a full-size bed, which is like, what, a little over 5 feet? Because I'm only 5'2", and I almost touched the end. So I've got a lot of space in my home. So that's one of the reasons to get a double loft, is if you want more space. Another reason is if you work from home, or you do craft from home, or you do something from home where you need a dedicated space or an office. That's a great reason to have a double loft, because some people don't feel comfortable doing their, work in their living room or their kitchen, so you can make a second office up in the double loft, or a dedicated craft room or something. Right now it's my storage locker, but it could be a dedicated craft room. That's a good idea. If I got into craft, I would totally do that. A third reason is simple, another bedroom. If you have kids or you're planning to have kids, you're going to want a second loft. You need somewhere else to put said creatures, said children. I don't know why I use the word creatures. Oh my god, YouTube. And so these are three reasons you would have a double loft, right? Extra storage, children, if you need the space for like an office or something. The cons of having a double loft. So while the idea of storage is just fantastic and great, especially for tiny house living, I didn't realize how closed off it would make the house feel. So my sister only has one loft, and it makes her house feel so much bigger and brighter because you've got like all that extra room towards the ceiling that I don't have in my house. And so then I think it makes it feel a little bit smaller than my sister's home. Also, there's not enough light coming in for me personally, but I think that has more to do with the fact that, this is not a window. Behind me, it's just like a giant bookshelf. And then I got a TV on this wall, on the other wall, so I can't put a window there. So it makes it feel like a little bit darker, only because I can't have ceiling windows now because I got two lofts. But that's just one of my cons. I probably should have started this with a disclaimer. Like, this is just my own personal experiences, and obviously not everybody's going to have this experience. Some people might not have any cons for double lofts, but I do have some cons for a double loft. So yeah, I feel like it makes it feel a little darker. The guy that I'm seeing right now is 6'6", and I've measured from the roof to the end of the loft, and it's 6'5", so he can't fit. So if you got tall people in your life that you wanted to come over to your tiny house, they're not going to be able, they might not feel very comfortable in your home because they're going to have to duck everywhere. My ex that lived in here, he was 6'4", and even he would just unconsciously duck a bit every time he was going under the the lofts. And that doesn't happen in my sister's house, right? There's more feeling of bigness in it that tall people might not feel when you've got a double loft. So keep that in mind. Unless you raise the loft line, but then you've got no space up in your actual loft. So if you hang out with a bunch of tall people, maybe a double loft is not the way to go. Another problem that I didn't even think of or know of until I got into tiny house living is my mini split. So I'm on a 26-foot trailer, and it's 8.5 feet wide. So my mini split is in my kitchen on like one of the side walls, so it blows out like this way, like basically in my house. It's on this wall and it blows out this way. And what this means is it's over my kitchen. So if I've got the heat on, my kitchen will be really hot, nice, toasty. My living room will be not cold, but not as toasty as the kitchen. And my bathroom will be freezing cold. Nothing gets over there. My loft, freezing cold. Air doesn't circulate very well when the mini split, when it's just like coming out one way, and I hate that. And my sister's house, she's got the mini split going lengthwise, and so everything heats up like it's meant to heat up, and then everything cools like it's meant to cool all together. And that's because she doesn't have the double loft. Since I've got a second loft, they can't put it over here, so they had to put it, you know, where they could put it. Which sucks, because now I either need to get a fan, a ceiling fan, to get like the air circulating so my whole house like gets hot and gets cold the way it needs to be, which I'm not going to do. That sounds like a lot of money, a lot of work. Or I get like a box fan for my loft, so if it's hot, I can put that on. If it's cold, I can just cry. So that's another reason why double loft is not like something I would, is a con of the double loft. And if I could go back, would I keep both lofts? Yes and no. I would totally have double lofts because I do enjoy the extra space. But my second loft would have been a reverse loft, and that became popular like right after I started my build. So it was too late. They had already started building. And what that is it's where your loft is on the bottom and then like your living space is on the top. And the reason why I like this more, especially if you're using the second room for kids, this might not be so great if you're trying to use it for an office, is that they're small, so they like to crawl. And then you don't have to get a ladder or waste extra space for stairs to get up, like a big stairs, like you have like small stairs. So they can fit under it. If you're just using it for storage, they can fit, you can put the stuff in and like have like a little curtain or something and hide it away. And then you still have the space above it all the way to the roof so that it feels more open. The mini split can be going lengthwise, and you know, tall people aren't going to hit their head on the roof unless they're like 13 feet tall, which I don't know how that works. And so yeah, I would have opted for a reverse loft instead. It probably wouldn't work if you need to use your loft for a second office. You probably have to do like a halvesies type situation, which would only really work if you're like really short like me, like 5 short. Probably wouldn't feel very comfortable like having to bend like down to get into your office. But if you're using it for any of those other fun reasons I listed, then a reverse loft would work for you. And yeah, that's pretty much all the pros and cons I have for a double loft. The great thing about tiny houses, especially when you're building or designing your own, is that you get to fit it for your specific needs. So if having a double loft is something that you need, and like and these cons are just like, I think I can deal with, then totally go for a double loft. Like, mine serves the purpose that I needed it for, even though I have as a person have changed, but it does what it needed to do, so I can't complain too much. And you know, I love all of my house, so we'll go with that. So I hope this helped somebody on their tiny house journey. Thanks so much for watching my video. Again, another short video. Yes, I don't like when they're too long, but I don't like when they're too short either. But thanks for watching my video. I hope you have a great day, a great week. Blessed be.